Game 5 highlights. AAA Blue Jays versus the AAA Tigers. Brought to you by Urgent Care at Placentia-Linda Hospital. With 2 locations to serve you, please visit their website at www.plhurgentcare.com so you can get in, get out, and get well. Top of the first. With number 7, Jason Yoon pitching, he walks number 13, Eddie Rodriguez, and number 22, David Vasquez. Number 10, Joshua Pendergast hits a line drive to second and is caught for the out. However, a bad throw to first advances the runners. Then number 24, Andrew Vallot hits a pop fly foul to first, who catches the ball. Then Eddie Rodriguez tries to steal home, but is also tagged out to end the inning. Bottom of the first. With number 2, Nolan Gus pitching, he strikes out number 8, Edmund Kim. Then number 1, Jason Lee hits a grounder back to Gus, who throws Lee out at first. After walking number 2, Tanner Lowe, he strikes out number 7, Jason Yoon to end the inning with the Blue Jays at 0 and the Tigers at 0. Top of the second. With number 7, Jason Yoon still pitching, number 66, Brad Boschman hits a grounder to first, who tags the base just in time for the out. After striking out number 11, Ethan Gutierrez, number 2, Nolan Gus hits a grounder back to first, who tags the base for the final out. Bottom of the second. With number 2, Nolan Gus still pitching, he strikes out number 13, Brian Ruby. Then number 19, Connor Diplock hits a grounder to third, who bobbles the ball. With Pendergast backing him up, he couldn't make the throw to first and is safe. Then Gus strikes out number 5, Holden Barkland, and number 27, Michael Martinez to end the inning with the Blue Jays at 0 and the Tigers at 0. Top of the third. With number 7, Jason Yoon still pitching for the Tigers, number 4, Logan Crabb hits a hard hit to right field, all the way to the fence for an infield solo home run. Then number 6, Joseph Galarzi hits a slow grounder towards third, but is thrown out at first. After striking out number 19, Timothy Wilkinson, number 17, Brett Bogner hits a pop fly to first, but the ball is caught for the final out. Bottom of the third. With Gus still pitching for the Blue Jays, he walks number 4, Levi Ortiz. Then he strikes out number 3, Bradley Bartling, and number 11, Jack Livingston. After hitting number 23, Lucas Bizzi on the foot, and walking number 8, Edmund Kim, manager Eddie Rodriguez decides to have a quick meeting at the mound. Then number 1, Jason Lee hits a pop fly to third, and Andrew Vallot is there to catch the ball for the final out, with the Blue Jays at 1 and the Tigers at 0. Top of the fourth. With Jason Yoon still pitching for the Tigers, number 47, Timothy Fisher hits a grounder to first and is tagged out. Then after striking out number 13, Eddie Rodriguez, he walks number 22, David Vasquez. Number 10, Joshua Pendergast hits a grounder to short, but a bad throw to first advances Joshua to second. Then number 24, Andrew Vallot hits a grounder back to the pitcher, who throws him out at first for the final out. Bottom of the fourth. With number 10, Joshua Pendergast pitching for the AAA Blue Jays, he walks number 22, Tanner Lowe. Then number 7, Jason Yoon hits a grounder to short, and it gets Lowe out at second. After striking out number 13, Brian Ruby, number 19, Connor Diplock hits a grounder to second and is thrown out at first to end the inning with the Blue Jays at 1 and the Tigers at 0. Top of the fifth. With number 22, Tanner Lowe pitching, number 66, Brad Boschman hits a grounder past second for a single. Then number 11, Ethan Gutierrez hits a slow grounder back to Lowe and gets thrown out at first. Then number 2, Nolan Gus bunts back to Lowe and also gets out at first. Number 4, Logan Crabb hits a bouncer over the pitcher's head past second for a single and drives in a run. Then number 6, Joseph Galarzi strikes out to end the inning. Bottom of the fifth, with number 10, Joshua Pendergast still pitching for the Blue Jays. Number 5, Holland Borkland gets a grounder back to Pendergast and gets him thrown out at first. After walking number 27, Michael Martinez. Number 4, Levi Ortiz hits a huge hit to center field to bring in Martinez for a run. Then Pendergast strikes out number 3, Bradley Bartling, and number 11, Jack Livingston to end the inning, with the Blue Jays at 2 and the Tigers at 1. Top of the sixth, with Tanner Lowe still pitching for the AAA Tigers. Number 19, Timothy Wilkinson strikes out. Then number 17, Brett Bonnier hits a ground to the third and is thrown out at first. Number 47, Timothy Fisher also hits a grounder past first for a single.
Run hard.
Then number 13, Eddie Rodriguez hits a grounder to second and is thrown out at first for the final out. Bottom of the sixth, with number 10, Joshua Pendergast pitching for the AAA Blue Jays. Number 23, Lucas Beze hits a grounder to Nolan at third, who couldn't make a play and he's safe at first. Then number 8, Edmund Kim hits a pop fly to left field and it's caught by Timothy for the out. Then number 1, Jaden Lee hits a grounder to second, but a bad throw to first allows Lee to be safe. After a quick meeting at the mound, number 22, Tanner Lowe walks. With bases loaded and 1 out, number 7, Jason Yoon strikes out. The number 13, Brian Rube hits a grounder back to first, who tags the base for the final out, leaving the final score with the AAA Blue Jays at 2 and the AAA Tigers at 1.